Hello, I'm Snapshot1 and welcome back to another pro weapon review. Today we're reviewing the MG. So let's go on the MG description for the GT Online wiki. And this is the description, pretty much of what it also said in Ammunition first. A general purpose machine gun that rugged design and dependable performance, long range penetrative power, and very effective against large groups. So pretty much I've used this in the heist recently, and to be honest, I've actually seen it definitely very effective in large groups. But the downside, it loses the R3, I think, effect it is. Yeah, the R3 effect when you press down the analog stick, and it pretty much makes the spread less because it's aiming in pretty much from a third person point of perspective, and then in first person it goes from like aiming like armor 3 to first person with the actual aim down scope. Anyway, the MG has a moderate fire rate with a 54 round box magazine and can be purchased from Ammunition late in the game. The overall weapon design is based on the PKM with a belt drum from the RPG and short gas box similar to the ones found on the AK best weapons. The model lacks the bipod and a carry handle commonly found on the PKM, and the weapon is being more modern than the PKM model. It is more similar to a PK Pecheneg, which is what I'm going to class it as, guys. The LMG does, however, feature a four-sided handguard with the Pecheneg rails on each side. The upper receiver also has a Pecheneg rail. However, with the extended mag, it will have a right magazine of the size of 100. Like the assault rifle, it's chambered in 7.62. While it's not very powerful as the combat MG and carries less ammunition, it is as powerful enough to take out a police maverick from medium range within a few shots, and seems a bit faster, although accuracy and recoil will be a problem due to the lack of grip option. So, we're just going to test it long range. It supposedly does 40 damage per shot, unlike the combat MG, which does 45 damage per shot. And I'm assuming, considering the combat MG was 8 rounds to kill, this one's going to be like 2 rounds extra, which probably means it's going to be 10 rounds. Yep, there it is, 10 rounds to kill. And then the manufacturer is Shrewsbury, similar to I think the advanced rifle and some of the other guns in the game that I can't remember. I think the SNS pistol is actually a Shrewsbury one as well. It's unlocked after rank 50 on GT Online, which that's a pretty easy rank to get to in my personal opinion. But anyway, the attachments are the scope and the extended mag, and then the cores are obviously all the default cores for GT Online. This is one of the guns where you have to get Army Green, Orange, and LSPD. You're going to have to get the 600 kills. So you're going to get the Army Tint at 100, Green Tint at 200, Orange Tint at 400, and the LSPD at 600 kills. Which pretty much means if you really want to get all these camos, you're going to have to put dedication into the game and use that weapon quite a lot and get a lot of player kills. In GTA 5, this weapon can be found in the Auto Shop northeast of the Cypress Flat in campaign. The Brokefield Penitentiary at the catwalk next to the Central Guard Tower, near the main pillar below a railroad and northeast of Mount Chiliad, Tonguva Hills below the east side of the highway bridge, and at the bottom of the Alamo Sea at the cargo plane direct. In GT Online, unlocked to level 50 in GT Online, an MG can be stolen and kept free from the soldiers in Fort Zancudo during the base invasion mission, and can be found in crate drops as well as boxes in gang attacks. Gang attacks is actually kind of common. It's also found alongside the carbine rifle, which I think a lot of people already know. And will sometimes use the MG in gang attacks depending on the location of the gang attack. Now, I know they use it in the Sandy Shores gang attack, because the amount of times we're going to grab the plane from there and have been shot by this thing. Anyway, a bit of trivia for you with this gun. If attaching a scope to the weapon, then it will be fired from the shoulder like an assault rifle, rather than being fired from a hip like normal. This also applies to other hip-fire weapons like the Micro SMG and the Combat MG. It is less powerful per shot than the Combat MG and the Carbine and Advanced Rifle, despite the chambering a larger round, 7.62mm versus a 5.56mm. The Assault Rifle shares the same characteristic. So that is weird. This MG actually has a heavier round, a bigger round, which means it should have more stopping power, being more powerful than the Combat MG, but actually does less damage than the Combat MG, despite the round being larger. Another little thing, the MG is the shortest named gun in the Grand Theft Auto series, with only 2 letters in its name. The Bible scope in the MG will have a green dot rather than a red dot. This also applies to the advanced rifle, which I think is the only 2 guns in the game to actually have a green dot rather than a red dot. Now, the MG, this is the first time I think it actually showing up in Grand Theft Auto in the PK Pecheneg model. And to be honest, I personally like the gun. Very inaccurate though, like pretty inaccurate when I've used it. And if anything actually like comes down to it, if I'm fighting PvE, definitely I'm using this gun. It one shots most PvE to the head like instantaneous as soon as you start shooting at them, which makes it pretty overpowered in that aspect. But in player aspect, it's very inaccurate, and the combat MG, as after I've shot my kid in close range in the chest and head, we'll actually find out, and I'll actually show you that the combat MG actually loses to no, the combat MG actually wins over the MG. Sorry, wrong MGs around. My head's all muddled. Well, it's 5 AM in the morning anyway. But anyway, it's actually a decent gun, but compared to the combat MG, it's definitely a lot weaker. So I'm just gonna read the specs of the combat MG on the GT Online wiki. The combat MG is 45 damage per shot in GTA 5, unlike the MG, which is unlocked at rank 50, which is 40 damage per shot. The combat MG is unlocked at rank 80, so there's a 30 level difference. The extended magazine is 200 rounds in both of the GTA 4 and GTA 5. And to be honest, another thing is with the combat MG, because it has the extended rounds of 200 rounds, it's actually pretty much going to kick everything's ass. Like, if you've actually used a gun and if you didn't want to reload, free aim lobbies or not, it's going to kick everyone's ass, the combat MG. The difference is with the basic MG, it's a good spray weapon technically, but it's 100 rounds. You're going to burn through them pretty fast, even with its slow rate of fire. But, to be honest, it's personal preference. This is my personal opinion. But, to be honest, I'd definitely use combat MG over the MG. But if I was just thinking, hey, I want to go get the camos for the MG, then yeah, definitely I'd at least use it. But to be honest, I think the MG overwins in the heavy section of the game for the heavy weapons. So this is definitely the MG is going to be classed as a pro weapon because it's a lot weaker and a lot less used than the combat MG for obvious reasons. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, and thanks guys again for helping me like hit 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it, and I'm hopefully be soon to starting up the Warframe series, and the Black Ops 3 beta is in 3 days now, so I can't wait for that, and I can't wait to start playing it and just pretty much like testing all the new things that they've added, like the wall running, the like super kind of thing, and I just really want to shoot a P90 to be honest. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment above and below, and thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.